Tim Walz, career over, but now he's still on a media tour where he does a sit-down interview, and he's creepy and awkward as always because he's Tim Walz. Welcome to the Doug to Naples channel, Doug in Exile. This is the big one. You're probably seeing this for the first time because this channel got banned and destroyed, and then YouTube just gave it back to me. So welcome back. Watch the whole video, leave a chat down at the bottom, give us a thumbs up. That helps push this video out. I want you guys to try to get me to 1 million subscribers. We're over halfway there. Welcome. Let's watch creepy Uncle Tim Walz. You, with apologies.
Oh, I would. Yes, I said the choice to be on this ticket, the privilege of being on it. When you sign up for this, I'm a team player. I'm with it. And there's folks that I recognize are smarter than me. They analyze this. You put your input in. Running a campaign that had never been run before, 100 days, in the situation we were at, running against a very unusual opponent on the other side. Mm-hmm. And look, my job was to do it. Look, I knew I was on the ticket. I would argue because we did a lot of amazing progressive things in Minnesota to improve people's lives. But I also was on the ticket, quite honestly, because I could code talk to white guys watching football, fixing their truck.
Hold on. Hold on. Why were you on the ticket?
Quite honestly, because I could code talk to white guys watching football, fixing their truck, doing that I could put them at ease. I was the permission.
He can code talk to white guys. I ain't your holler out guy. I'm a white guy. You ain't code talking to me. We can see right through you, ghost. Spooky. Casper the Ghost. What a weirdo. Imagine of all the guys that you could code talk to white guys, this is the one you pick. You could have picked Bill Maher. You could have picked any Nate Bargatze. You could have picked someone appealing and funny, someone interesting, and they picked Tim Walz. This is what they think white guys sound like. Basically a big, plain, bland jar of mayonnaise.
I was the permission structure to say, look, you can do this and vote for this. And
you can work on your car and vote for this. The permission structure that he said. He mentioned white guys that we watch football and work on our cars. Let's get back to that.
Talk to white guys watching football, fixing their truck, doing that.
This is the guy that you get to talk to white guys who watch football. Maybe white guys that watch badminton and then work on their cars. This guy, I know that he has worked on his car, but it looks crystal clean. It looks clean, like brand new. I've never met a guy who works on cars who looks like this.
That I could put them at ease. I was the permission structure to say, look, you can do this and vote for this. And you look across those swing states, with the exception of Minnesota, we didn't get enough of those votes.
But you could be giving them permission on TV every day. You could have been messaging that way, and that isn't necessarily how it shook out.
Well, yes, but I also said, I understand myself. I said, I think I'll give you pretty good stuff, but I'll also give you 10% problematic. And so somebody's got to make the decision here to handle some of this stuff and to make it in.
So he knows he's problematic. He knows he was a burden on the campaign. He's self-aware. He tried to warn them. Look, I'm terrible for your brand, is what he told them. And the Democrat Party said, we've got this. We've got media. White people are dumb. Minnesotans are dumb. Anyone who voted for him is not, I would not put them on the top shelf of wisdom or good at picking leadership.
Those are just decisions that were made. And I think after the fact, it is not second guessing or anything. I think it's fair to go back on and look at this. Look, we had the most qualified person who'd run for president in this country's history at the top of the ticket.
What? Kamala Harris, most qualified person at the top of the ticket. He's confident of that. Boy, what went wrong? And now on the first 100 days, we've got Elon Musk here. This is Trump with his first 100 days sitting around the White House. This is a short clip of him praising Elon Musk's great work with Doge.
He's done an incredible job. $150 billion. Think of that.
Yeah. 160 now. Yeah.
Yeah, 160. They said, oh, it could be more. And a lot of stuff is being worked on. That number could be doubled and even tripled. A lot of things are being worked on that we don't count yet because it's not quite there. But you've done a fantastic job, and we appreciate it very much, Elon.
So 100 days, 150 billion. Now, I know that to be a shortfall, actually. Elon Musk was aiming for $5 billion a day, but given the resistance he got at USA and at every agency, and because he's just a civilian, he doesn't have the authority to cut. He can just suggest cuts. He came up short. That's why Trump's saying this could easily be doubled or tripled. It does need to be doubled or tripled, that 150 billion. It's just short. He did $1.5 billion a day in the first 100 days. So anything Elon Musk does on that front is amazing, I think. But we need him to go faster, and we need him to do more. And so God,
Black Lives Matter movement, which the left and the Democrats don't want to talk about much, but they burned down American cities. And the Biden administration did nothing to prosecute those who created that violence, oftentimes not just destroying businesses, but also lives and communities as well.
This is Caroline Levitt on the escalation of violence in the Democrat Party, because they're revealing their true nature here. And she's going to throw Elon Musk a bone too, because Democrats have not called out other Democrats for burning down Tesla dealerships.
Look at the rise of violence against the president himself and his supporters. You had 2 heinous assassination attempts from leftist lunatics. And the president is lucky and blessed to be here today because he was able to survive that political violence and those assassination attempts. Look at the recent attacks on Tesla, on Elon Musk's company. It's quite ironic because Democrats and leftists were the greatest fans of Tesla. Many Democrats drive Teslas to this very day, but then it's that their same party who is doing nothing to stop or condemn or discourage this violence from taking place. And in many cases, Democrat elected officials are actually inciting it and encouraging it.
That's Elon's thank you for cutting $150 billion of waste from your government. He gets to have his company burned to the ground by Democrats.
But that's not going to be allowed to happen anymore. The attorney general was just in the cabinet room with the president and made it very clear to anyone who is inciting violence or participating in violence, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And no longer do we have a Justice Department that chooses prosecutions based on one's political affiliation. If you break the law, you will be held accountable for that. And I think we are truly restoring a fair and equal justice system in this country. The Attorney General spoke earlier about how there have been several cases brought against those who have perpetrated this political violence against Tesla, which is a great American-made company. And we need to see more people on the other side of the aisle stepping out to discourage this violence. But I don't think we will hold our breath. We won't wait for them. The president is leading by example. And I think the restoration of justice we've seen at the DOJ under the leadership of Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, who's doing an incredible job as the FBI director, is a testament to that.
Yeah, you're not going to get any condemnation from Democrats because Democrats are inherently violent. She knows better. She knows they're an emotional wreck. Now, I have this Hakeem Jeffries, his take on the first 100 days, which is going to be interesting. And by interesting, I mean full of lies. Hakeem Jeffries.
Donald Trump and the Republicans in Congress have given us 100 days of chaos, 100 days of cruelty, and 100 days of corrupt behavior. That is not constructive leadership. It's a recipe for disaster. The American people deserve common sense leadership. The American people deserve compassionate leadership. The American people deserve courageous leadership that changes things for the better.
Yeah, everything that he said, just that right there is not true. But this is the media. They feel like they have some traction in media because some of the polls are going soft on Trump. Don't worry, guys. Hold tight. MAGA's going strong. Trump won't be moved. Elon Musk ain't going to quit. Pete Hegseth ain't going to stop doing what he does. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, they're all working on it. It's never fast enough or hard enough for us, but they're up against a calcified, decrepit, long-time corrupt government system that they're trying to break and dismantle. This is tough work they're doing. I have nothing but respect for them. If you respect it too, let me know in the chat below. Say, keep going, Trump. Keep going, Doge. Keep going, Elon Musk. And I'm Doug, and we're in exile.